Hi guys, welcome to another video. So this is the all new R15 B3, the Dark Knight edition. It looks really classy with the matte and gloss finish, dual tone finishes. Now let's start the bike. Extremely grunty, but yes, it's also refined. So it's already there in first gear. Let's see with the acceleration test. Okay. My god guys, this bike flies through the wind like anything. Such a nice bike, such a nice performance. No complaints, pure raw performance. Wow. So this bike gets a 155cc liquid cooled motor that makes 18.6 PS of power and 14.1 Nm of peak torque at 8500 rpm. Now yes, the rpm is at 8500, so the torque is coming at higher rev range. The moment you cross the 7400 rpm, the VVA actually kicks in. So you get two inlet cams. One cam is activated before the 7400 rpm and another cam activates at above 7400 rpm. So you get torque across the range. That's why the performance is so spectacular guys. I mean, see this, it just screams. Wow. I'm in fifth gear, so this bike actually gets 6 gears. One of the very least bikes having 6 gears at this particular price point. I mean in the 150cc mark. And see the grunt, oh my god. And yes guys, so this bike also gets slip and assist clutch. And with that slip and assist clutch, the gear shifting is absolutely breeze. The clutch is so damn light, and you can shift gears just like that. Wow, this bike screams performance. And yes, it is a performance motorcycle, so it is a committed riding position. As you can see, I'm 5'11", and yes, I'm also a bit struggling to sit on this saddle. Oh my god guys, this is hell of a performance for the price of what you're paying. And yes, this bike gets dual channel ABS as standard, so that also makes this bike one of the cheapest bikes to get 2-channel ABS. So guys, the slip and assist clutch really works, and if you want to do some crazy downshifts, the clutch actually helps you out, and there is very less engine braking. The acceleration is pretty brisk, and because you are getting 6-speed gearbox, so you can do some crazy high speeds. And also the R15 B3 actually returns pretty much good fuel efficiency, you know. It returns about 45 to 50 kmpl. That's quite impressive. In some cases it also provided more mileage than the 50 kmpl mark. So yes, so at front you are getting a 41mm telescopic fork, and rear it's a monoshock. But the disappointing part is the monoshock is not adjustable according to you, so it is what it is. So if we could get the adjustable monoshock, that could have been a better thing. So the seat height is quite accessible for most of the riders, but the shorter riders would have to lean much more forward because the handlebars are quite in the forward direction, so you have to lean forward. Even though I'm 5'11", even I have to lean quite a bit. So you can understand that if your height is on the shorter side, then you will have to lean forward, and it will make your hands, the shoulders pain a lot. So there is a trick actually to sit on a sports bike like this. What you need to do is you need to grab the tank like this, so that the pressure is not on your wrist, and you will sit quite comfortably. But for that you have to continuously grab the tank with your legs, and you will be all right. But about the long tour and all, you can't really do some long touring on this bike, because this bike is for like hardly city use and mostly for the track, because of the seating position. It is extremely committed. So yes, you can do city rides for like 10-15 kilometers, it's fine, but more than that you will have your backache, your shoulders starting, and your wrist especially, because the whole body weight will fall on your wrist, so your wrist will ache. Yeah, those are the perks of getting a sports bike. But this bike is exceptionally fun to ride, because it doesn't have any limitation. So the more you push, the more this bike actually goes, and because of that kind of nature, it is very much fun to ride. And especially in twisties, you will have fun like anything, because the riding geometry is such into the precise that you will appreciate how this bike actually gets into the corners and stuff. So yeah, that is there. So here are some corners that we can do, but unfortunately, yes, these roads are quite busy. So this bike actually gets a delta box frame, a perimeter frame to be frank, and the frame actually lets it lets you to have the fun in flicking this bike here and there. This bike is extremely flickable and extremely sharp. So if you want to do some crazy cornering stuff, you can do it, because the steering geometry is extremely sharp, guys. You can do some crazy cornering on this bike. But yeah, the suspension, it is stiff, and you will have to get the beatings. And as I told you, the suspension, rear suspension especially, is not adjustable, so you have to take the beating. But if you get smooth roads like this, then you will enjoy quite a bit. So let's push. The torque is spread across the rev range, so you will have no problem in taking, overtaking stuff. So yeah, that is there. I really appreciate how Yamaha makes this kind of bikes, because Yamaha R15 is my favorite bike, and his favorite bike for most of the youngsters, because it looks excellently dapper and performs like a dream. So here is another twisties. Oh my god, yes. The braking especially is very sharp, guys. Yamaha has always been impressed us with better brakes, and this bike is a no slouch. So this bike gets fantastic brakes in both front and rear. Plus you are also getting dual channel ABS, so that is also there. Very beautiful performance, guys. Excellent performance that you're getting on this bike. Yeah, so you have to do downshifts. If you are in higher gear, you can't go at that less speed, otherwise the bike will stop. Although the engine is quite tractable at like 4th or 5th gear, you can easily move around 20 to 30 kmph, but that is not recommended. This is a high revving machine and you can rev it as high as possible. Hey, yes, it screams performance, guys, by every means. So at front you getting a 100 section tire, that's a normal tire, but at the rear you are getting 140 section radial tire that can be really handy in terms of cornering, because the radials actually tend to have better grip compared to the normal tires. So yeah, this is the R15 V3, and the new R15 V3 actually costs around 1,52,000, especially the dark night variant. This will cost you around 1,52,000. I'm talking about the ex-showroom price. The on-road price will go around like 1,82,000 or 83,000. It may depend upon state to state or city to city. So that is there. Very beautiful performance, guys. Very much commendable. And yes, because I got this bike for a test ride, so there is very much less fuel and I have to work out with this much amount of fuel. So yeah, that is there. I can't push the bike too hard because the fuel will sort of run out. But anyhow, I'm really enjoying this Sunday. If you tend to have this kind of bikes for you on a Sunday, then it's a dream come true, guys. It's a dream come true. Again, let's push here. Oh yes. So guys, I'm easily going above 90 or so and there are no vibrations at all. But yeah, once you move above like 7,500 RPM, when the VVI kicks in, there are slight buzzings near the handlebar. So that is there. But yeah, the performance is absolutely mind-boggling. This is probably one of the best 150cc bikes that you can get at this price point. And there is no denial that this is a performance beast. And yes, this lever clutch really works well, but I don't know why I'm trying really hard to go to the neutral, but yeah, it's not going neutral. That's how is the performance of R15 V3 great.